Hi, I'm Ellen Corby, Chair of the Board of Public Works. I'm pleased to present to you our DPW Fiscal Year 22 Tax Impact Operating and Capital Budget Request. This is a summary of our requested $7.7 million operating budget, a 2.1% increase over last year. Our requested tax impact appropriation is allocated to the 6 divisions shown here, plus winter maintenance, which is overseen by our Highway Division and includes assistance from every DPW division. This slide breaks down our request by personal services, expenses, and the RDF Business Initiatives Program. Our personal services request is $72,000 or 1.5% above last year. This is the net result of assumed guidance increases for Group 40 personnel, contractual wage increases for production and supervisory personnel, a decrease of $35,000 in highway temp and seasonal help based on our expectation of being able to fill a couple of vacant positions that have been difficult to fill, especially during COVID, and an increase based on a thorough review of all salary allocations of nearly $34,000 for salaries previously allocated to the Water and Sewer Enterprise Fund for administrative services provided to the fund. The increase of nearly $130,000 or 5.9% in the expense budget comes from holding all division expenses flat, except for an increase of $20,000 for tipping fees the RDF pays to dispose trash. As landfills across the nation are reaching capacity, it's not surprising that disposal fees will be increasing by 3%. And another $109,000 increase in the RDF expense budget due to increases in wood and mattress recycling fees. We expect commercial fees to partially offset this by about $35,000, which is directly returned to the general fund. The expenses of RDF's business initiatives are funded through this budget. The revenue from these business initiatives goes straight to the town's general fund for a net profit in fiscal year 20 of about $26,000. This year marks 50 years of recycling in Wellesley. Our program was founded in 1971 with a few glass jars and a determined group of environmentally minded residents, including current town meeting member Marianne Kluggish. In 1971, we recycled about 750 tons, compared to about 3,000 tons in 2020. This year, residential recycling is up about 13% so far. We're referring to this as a COVID uptick, and we continue to watch this trend as we deal with the ongoing pandemic. Our requested cash capital budget for fiscal year 22 is nearly $1.7 million, which is $19,000 higher than last year. However, it's $1.5 million lower than our initial proposed budget that had included $559,000 of deferrals that helped balance last year's budget. This year, we deferred or cut an additional $894,000 from our request, again to help balance the budget. In addition, we deferred the Walnut Street reconstruction project to fiscal year 23 due to borrowing capacity restrictions in fiscal year 22. We again plan to use $790,000 of Chapter 90 funds this coming year that the town receives from the state as our share of gasoline taxes. They're used for road-related projects, and in fiscal year 22, they will be used to supplement our ongoing Capitol Street resurfacing program. Finally, our borrowing request for fiscal year 22 includes $3 million for the Grove Street reconstruction project. This item will be discussed further under Article 18. The major capital items are street improvements, sidewalk restoration, drainage improvements, playing field improvements, and DPW equipment replacement. Here is our proposed list of vehicle replacements for fiscal year 22, totaling $715,000. We hope to replace the 2 pickup trucks with hybrid or electric vehicles. The DPW has a thoughtful and rigorous program to determine appropriate vehicle replacements. It includes a review of our project workloads, an ongoing review of vehicle conditions, and then consideration of how best to meet the requirements, whether to replace with a new or used vehicle, rebuild a vehicle, or whether the vehicle needs to be replaced at all. We also evaluate all vehicles to see if alternative fuel replacements exist, and we're now planning to add infrastructure to start adding electric vehicles to our fleet as they become available. In summary, we're proud our operating budget request is under the guideline, and we're willing to do our part in deferring capital projects. However, the board is concerned about the long-term potential impact this will have on our infrastructure and on our operating budgets. We'll continue to look for ways to minimize any negative impacts and hope that as we come out of the pandemic, there'll be opportunities to restore our important programs that have been impacted by these cuts. We ask for your favorable action on Article 8.